that's the part of YouTube. They're just not going to, that joke's not going to be there, but it's preparing to live stream right now. So I'm just going to try and keep talking. I'll drink some water. I've never been able to talk and drink water at the exact same time, but we're going to talk a little bit about anger. Okay, just about ready. Okay, so I don't know how much YouTube people got. I'm sorry you missed the joke. You'll have to go to the check it out, or maybe ask me, or I'll have to go back and look. Maybe I can edit. I don't know. Anyway, just most things hypnosis. I'm Isla Brock, your host, and I'm going to be done here in about 4 or 5 minutes. But I wanted to real quick talk about anger. People who make you angry control you. Your anger is your choice, and just to make it that decide, you've made a decision perhaps to be angry. It's a deliberate wrong to you. But let me ask you this, a rhetorical question. If you weren't deliberately wrong, could you still allow yourself to be angry? And if so, why? And if you are allowing yourself to be angry, just own it and let it get past you. It isn't an emotion that needs to just run its course. I don't get angry very often. Frustration is kind of a cousin to anger, but it's not anger in and of itself. We can get frustrated with, stuff that we're doing. Oh, still, again, I got to give her permission. We get angry with stuff. We're trying to find something. We get angry. We are trying to finish something on time, a deadline or whatever. We can get angry. And there's 3 kinds of angers. There's passive anger, open anger, and assertive anger. I don't know where you fall, but I'm just going to go through these really quick. When you're angry, though, it is important to be conscious of it. If the more conscious you are of your anger, the more likely you are to not react to your anger. And don't get angry at yourself. No matter how much you try to, you can be provoked, and all of us can. And I'm not immune to it. I don't typically get angry. My fuse is so long. It used to be so short. Some people who are hearing this won't believe it, but it's true. I have other things to do in my life than to put energy into anger. There's righteous anger. I mean, I'm pretty angry with the Russians for hurting my friends in Ukraine. So I can be angry about that. And here in our own country, there's some things that I'm angry about, some of the red tape. Make whatever you have to say brief and succinct to the person you might be angry with, or if you are angry and of confronting somebody. But let's talk real quick. Passive aggressive anger is a pattern of indirectly expressing a negative feeling instead of openly addressing them. There's a disconnect between what a person who exhibits passive aggressive behavior says and what he or she does. Open aggression is a contrast. Open aggression is anger, is when you openly lash out in anger and rage and sometimes become verbally or physically abusive. Assertive anger is the healthiest way to cope with anger, and you're in control of, and I don't know if you're in control, but you're reacting and you're trying to be confident in the situation. But openly talking to and listening instead of lashing and just even trying to become more silent might be more helpful. Don't be passive. Just be open about discussing your anger. And the last one is the assertive anger. It allows the person to take control of their situation and tackle the issue that is directly causing their anger. Now, when I do get upset, I like to address it. If I'm in a bad mood, I try not to be around people. If my blood sugar drops or I'm just irritable, I try to not talk. I try to voice out what's going on if I'm around people, but I really do my best not to be around people when I'm irritable, because I don't want people to see me like that. And some people don't care. They don't have a filter. I want everybody to see me angry. And if you let that happen, then what do they think of you? Oh yeah, I remember that person. They're such an angry person. What do you want people to see you as? How do you want them to see you? That's how you should be in silent too, in quiet. So if you're an angry person, you can hear my dogs in the background goofing off. Just be honest with yourself, be honest with the situation, and control it in a very diplomatic way. If you need help with your anger issue, call me right here at the bottom of the screen. So it says my little my email. You can call me. You can go to my website, centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com, and just let's talk about your anger. It doesn't cost anything to have a few-minute conversation with me about your anger. And maybe just over the phone in a couple of minutes, I can help you with how to divert it. Maybe you don't even need to make an appointment, but it might help. The little hypnotic suggestion for goodwill, for inner peace, for relaxation. It might be a very helpful tool for you to just be more conscious. And probably the best advice I can give to somebody who does have an anger issue is to be conscious of it. It's so hard to identify our emotions when we're in them. It's so anger, sadness, and happy, the three biggest emotions that we can identify just like that. But the wheel of emotions is ginormous right here. Oh, got everything. Yeah, see, look. But this wheel, I mean, there's like what? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roots, and in each root comes another series of quad roots, and then up here in the big outer circle are even more. So an unfocused person might be tired or just feel bad. A persecuted person might feel rejected or fearful. A detestable feeling might have that sense of awfulness or nauseated feeling. It roots down to disgust. So everything flusters down. I was talking about frustration earlier. And if you go to this big outside circle here, you don't even see frustration. You see infuriated, annoyed, which the root of those is frustration, and the root of frustration is anger. So you can go back to that, and it may not be that big, maybe small, to catch it when it's small. Anyway, this is a cool tool that you can find them on the internet. Just look for the wheel of emotions. I think this is what it's called, the wheel of emotions. All right, everybody, I got to get out of here. I got to go to a meeting and I'm running late. Take care. Have an amazing weekend this weekend. Learn something, do something, help somebody. And if you have any questions at all, you know how to find me. Take care. Isla out. Thank you for joining me at Most Things Hypnosis.